How do you even know when to harvest something like that?
I found out that Rutgers is in New Jersey.
Does it look more like a cucumber or does it look more like a melon?
Is that the plant gets 8 foot tall?
Is this like another blue thing
Yeah.
where it's like
It took them 13 years to develop this one.
developing it for 13 years? You have time to think of a name, right?
13 years later, like, what do we call it? Son of a bitch!
The Helpful Gardeners, the podcast that digs into the buzziest plant trends and news you need to know, regardless of your growing zone. Colin is a skilled horticulturist with decades of growing experience across Canada. Brandy is the greenest of green thumbs with a love of asking questions. Welcome to our garden nook.
Guess what I did last night?
What'd you do?
Harvested.
Oh yeah, it's harvest season.
Yeah, it's bit of a later harvest. Didn't have great weather, but this final warm push is really getting us there. It's too dark in the morning when I leave. I can't see to water. Jenny was slammed yesterday. She didn't get a chance. So I was watering yesterday early evening. And I was like, oh my God, there's so much. And I went out and I filled 3 bowls. I got cucumbers, peppers, and a full stainless steel bowl just full of all the different tomatoes.
Which is so wild because like, I know I've been talking to a few gardeners and they've been saying that like, they weren't really sure if this year there was going to be much of a harvest because we had all that wet weather in July. And then now it sort of seems to be turning around. I think I just heard that Calgary is going to have like the driest September in a really long time. So it's kind of extended this season.
I'm seeing things now happening in the garden that normally happen in August. It's like we're a month off between the diminishing light, which triggers, the photoreceptors in the plant. So they're starting to ripen their fruits. The beautiful warm weather, the colder nights, but no frost, touch wood, in any forecast. And things are real, like every day, more and more tomatoes are ripening. But I did good this year. Only veggies that really seemed behind were my tomatoes and my peppers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Had kale all year, broccoli all year.
The
lettuce.
more cold, hardier ones.
Yeah, they kept coming. But this, I'm super excited. And I will bring some in. They're not quite ready. You know how we always talk about doing something new in the garden?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't remember if I mentioned this. So much has passed. This year has gone by so quick, and it also seems like it was yesterday. And I'm like, I know.
It
seems like a lifetime ago, and yesterday we were. But anyway, I'm so excited that all of my cucamelons are. Every day there's more cucamelons.
Like, how do you even know when to harvest something like that?
I don't really, because I've never. This is my first year ever doing it. So I took one yesterday. I kind of did the rule of thumb. Looked pretty good. Looked like it should be around the right size. And I just gently tugged it and it came off without much effort. Bit into it. Wasn't quite ripe.
And I'm assuming so. Is a cucamelon, does it look more like a cucumber or does it look more like a melon?
It looks more like a melon.
So it's round, but it tastes like cucumber?
No, it's tiny.
It's tiny.
So they're this big.
Oh, cute.
They're this big. I don't know where the cucumber part comes from. They don't look like a cucumber. Maybe because they grow on a climbing vine.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And they have a yellow flower.
Okay. So it's like the DNA structure.
Yeah. Because I'm
like, have a line. I love that.
So I looked at them and I've only ever had them once. Their skin looks like a watermelon. The inside is white and they're like a sour fruit. They're
where's the cucumber in that?
Yeah.
Is this like another blue thing where it's like the mysteries of the garden world? Like we're going to be spending decades figuring out where the cucumber
like red onion.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, red. That was our thing.
Because that was that Himalayan blue poppy that was purple. Oh, trust me, I remember these things.
Oh, trauma.
So I'm kind of making it up. But one of them, it was one of the biggest in that realm, and it came off, and I bit into it, and it was still way too hard. Like when I bit it, I was like, so the last time I had them, I kind of bit it and I was like, oh yeah, that's tasty.
Yeah.
But they've got a tart sourness kick to them. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah. I love that.
Fun.
But speaking of new things, I love what we're talking about today. It's kind of like other than the buzzing of the cucamelon, there's some other buzz in some new plants. Tell me about it.
Yeah. So think about how many tomato varieties there are. And they've invented or hybridized another one.
Which is just wild because if you go to the grocery store, there's maybe like 4 kinds and that's it. And then you go into the gardening world and there's just like a few more kinds.
And then you go into the seed world.
Whoa.
Yeah. And it took them 13 years to develop this one.
Like, what goes into that? Because I'm assuming you play with the genetics a little bit, or maybe there's been some change to the climate that introduces something new to the plant. And then you have to test it over certain...
No, so this one they did with cross-pollination only.
Oh, interesting.
So I can't remember. Again, like, I just read this article and we're talking about new stuff. So I'm like, got to talk about this. I got too excited. So it's a grape tomato. It's a little tomato.
Okay, yeah.
And what they did, what the researchers, it was, okay, shout out, credit where credit is deserved. I believe it was botanists at Rutgers University in New Jersey.
Yeah.
The reason I'm saying that whole thing is I just found out that Rutgers is in New Jersey.
There you go.
I don't know where I thought it was. I'd heard the name before, but I'm like, Rutgers, California.
Yeah. You were close to it when you went on vacation to New York the other year.
But sure enough, it's New Jersey.
Yeah.
It took them 13 years because apparently grape tomato, the flowers are extremely small and extremely delicate.
Yeah.
They wanted no cross-pollination, so they were having to use tweezers to take parts out of the flower before it got pollinated. Then they had to bring it into a lab and then use like swabs, like an ear swab, but I'm sure way more technical, to collect pollen from the other species they wanted to cross-pollinate to get this one. Then when that grew, they had to keep doing that. But they couldn't allow the tomato to cross-pollinate with something else or self-pollinate.
Oh, okay. So they had to really monitor it to make sure.
Yeah, it wasn't just a matter of, kind of plant it and we hope this happens. Like, they've been working on it to get it right for 13 years.
So then, so if it took this long for them to make one, does this mean it's going to take just as long to make more, or do they just copy this one?
No. So an easier way for people to think about it is, how they come up with a new breed of dog?
Yeah.
So they take two dogs, Jimmy, right? Jimmy is half Border Collie, half Great Pyrenees.
Yeah.
Now, say we saw qualities in Jimmy that we were like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Then what you have to do, it takes a lot longer with dogs, of course, but what you have to do is you have to keep breeding pairs of Pyrenees, Border Collie. Then you have to find all of the puppies that exhibit the traits and the characteristics. Then you have to make sure they breed, well, not crossbreeding or inbreeding, I should say.
Yeah.
And you have to keep doing it. And then what they look for is every single time these dogs have a puppy, they match these traits. Mm-hmm. Like, there are certain dogs that are a pedigree. Both parents are pedigrees, but they won't be recognized as a pedigree because their coat is different. Their coat has 80% brown, but it should only have 60% brown because of recessive genes.
Yeah.
So what they do is they take this tomato. So the tomato, I had to make a note. I made notes. It's called the Scarlet Sunrise.
Ooh.
And it's a two-tone tomato.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's like an orangey red into a yellow.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're developing it for 13 years, you have time to think of a name, right?
13 years later, they're like, what do we call it? Son of a bitch!
Yeah, why wasn't like mischief in there or some kind of Easter egg of a name just to show how frustrating it was to create?
So what they have to do is they have to grow a tomato and then they take the seeds.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they plant those seeds and grow more tomatoes.
Yeah.
Well, there's a good chance that a lot of those are going to exhibit traits of their parent plants.
Yes, that's right.
So then they go, oh my God, this branch here has Scarlet Sunrise on it. Now they have to take those seeds and they have to cultivate them. Then they have to cross-pollinate and they have to keep doing it till every single seed they plant off of a plant shows up Scarlet.
Wow.
Shows up their son, like the one they want. Then they can go, now we have the seed.
Oh my
now
gosh.
we have the genetic crossover.
So they've made this. I'm assuming like obviously it'll act like any other tomato. So an annual if you're in Canada, for example. But now they're going to have all of this, like now they have to like commercialize it. And I mean, who knows how long it'll take to show up in garden centers, right?
Yeah. Well, so I don't know exactly how this will work. Limited batch at first, I'm sure. They're hoping to have seeds on the market next year.
That early?
Yep. So they're hoping to have seeds on the market. The problem is they're going to have somewhat limited.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, how many seeds we sell as one garden center.
Yes.
If by the time they've harvested and done what, depending on how much space they've allocated it, 200,000 seeds, that's nothing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the moment you release those seeds into the wild, the public, Well, suddenly now I'm like, hey, let me give you some seeds. Hey, let me give you some. And you go to Seedy Saturday or a seed swap.
Yeah.
And suddenly this tomato is out there.
Totally.
So the one problem they're having is that the plant gets 8 foot tall.
You're kidding. In New Jersey, which is close to us.
Yeah, it's similar. I think it's one zone higher than Montreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's one zone.
That's not like Florida. You'd expect that in Florida or Australia, something like that, but not in
8 foot tall, and you're harvesting your tomatoes to eat within 70 days of planting. So it's extremely high yield, extremely fast producing, and a rather aggressive grower.
Yeah.
But
you know what? If I was going to create a new tomato, I would want the plant to look kind of cool too. Like I'd want like the plant to have some sort of like you know, like all the tomato plants look the same. I'm like, if I want my tomato to stand out, I'd probably want the plant to look different. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So people are like, is that a Monstera in this?
Yeah, exactly. Or like a viney tomato. Yeah. So it like it grows up like a trellis or like whatever.
Cucumber.
Like
and then you could call it a cucumber tomato. People would be like, where's the cucumber? You're like, doesn't make sense.
This podcast is brought to you by Golden Acre Home and Garden. Find seasonal inspiration for your home and garden in Calgary, Alberta year-round. Visit goldenacre.ca. The comments and opinions expressed by the Helpful Gardeners on this show are our own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Golden Acre Home and Garden. For more information on everything we covered today and to leave us a voice note, visit goldenacre.ca/podcast. The Helpful Gardeners are on Instagram at The Helpful Gardeners Pod. Keep on growing, gardeners!